2 years ago, a Redditor shared a disturbing experience from inside his home. The user, whose account has since disappeared, recalled being jolted awake late one night by strange noises coming from another room. When he went to investigate, he found his treadmill running, despite the fact that it required a key to operate. Shaken, he pulled up the security footage to check for a break-in, but what he saw was far more unsettling. At exactly 8:54 p.m., a girl in a white dress appeared at the end of the hallway. Just seconds later, she vanished without a trace. Terrified, he searched the entire house, but there was nothing. A woman filmed her colleague during a business meeting, noticing nothing unusual at the time. But when the footage was replayed, it revealed something unsettling. One colleague walked away, then briefly glanced back with a smile. In that instant, her body seemed to glitch. Her front and back appeared to switch places, as if she had turned without moving. It happened more than once, leaving viewers divided over whether it was just simply editing. In Bucktown, Chicago, a couple woke up to a chilling discovery. A missing purse led them to check the security footage to see where they had left it. But this is what they saw. An intruder had slipped into their home through an unlocked balcony door and quietly wandered around as they slept on the sofa. The intruder wasn't just after valuables. He spent minutes standing over them, silently watching, before sneaking off to search the house again. It's terrifying to think how vulnerable they were in their own home. While wandering through the city, this man came across something truly strange. Take a look.
We're walking through the city, right? And look at this. Big building up there. Big building down here. And what happened, Mr. Drifter? Lost it? Huh? What happened?
How is it even possible for a car that large to end up wedged between two buildings like that? I honestly haven't found a logical explanation for this one. So, if you've got an idea, please share it in the comments. A mother was browsing her son's school pictures when one team photo unsettled her. Behind the boy in the middle, at neck level, an unusually pale face appeared. The boy insisted no one was behind him when the photo was taken. It left many wondering if the camera had captured the lingering spirit of a child who once roamed these halls. In New York, a strange video has surfaced that's left people unsettled. It shows a pigeon, twisting its head all the way around in a way that feels completely unnatural. This isn't normal bird behavior, and it's definitely not something pigeons are known to do. The movement looks almost like it's glitching. Lately, more of these kinds of videos have appeared, leaving everyone wondering what's really going on. The Reddit user shared that when her daughter Olivia was little, she often stood in the hallway, talking to imaginary friends and pretending to be a YouTuber in front of the mirror. One afternoon, when Olivia was just 5, she was at home with her mom, playing with the phone and snapping random pictures. Later, as her mom scrolled through them, she froze. One image showed something in the hallway, faint, grayish, almost see-through. It looked like the face of a man staring straight at Olivia. But the house was supposed to be empty. Could it have just been a smudge on the mirror? But if so, why did it only appear in one single photo? Is there something more going on inside that home? Hunter Mathesy lives in a historic 1859 home in downtown Memphis, right across from a forensic center. One night, while home alone, he noticed this.
What in the actual hell? There's literally
a figure wearing a hat just standing on his porch. But that's when things took a terrifying turn. At first, Hunter assumed it was just a homeless person seeking shelter, not uncommon in the area. He even tried to debunk his own video, but nothing made sense.
The front of our house where somebody would be. For them to run, where would they have to hide? It goes straight out, guts out. This way, another commercial building, it juts out. They would also have to jump down into this drop of a fence and go that way.
In 2 years of living there, Hunter had never seen anything like it. And to this day, the mystery still lingers. During a simple school project recording, things took an unexpected turn. As the dog leapt for a tennis ball, it brushed the blinds aside, and, in that instant, the camera caught something chilling. At the window, a face seemed to be staring in. It didn't match the student's reflection, and there was no sign of any trick or staging. Even stranger, the dog stayed locked on the ball, showing no reaction at all. Brief as it was, the footage leaves a haunting question. Who, or what, was watching from the other side? Mark Sebastian stayed at the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, famously known as the inspiration for The Shining. While filming the building late at night, he captured this.
You hear that? Holy shit. I'm not kidding. I just saw someone move in that window. I really did see something and I want to make sure that I got it. You're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe it. Look in this window right here. Shh, you hear that? You hear that? There was no one in there.
A shadowy figure peeking from a window. But here's the disturbing part. The window belonged to a locked room, closed to both guests and staff.
This is the room where I saw something. There's no one there. That's the window. Okay? And it's this window. You hear that?
The room is only used for private events, and at the time, it was sealed shut.
It's really creepy though.
Isn't that creepy?
I'm glad you caught that though.
Me too.
You should show the tours.
Okay, I'll show the tours downstairs.
Thank you.
Okay.
Really enjoy-
I confirmed with the staff that no one was in there. They don't do patrols inside of that room, and most certainly not at 2:30 a.m.
The mystery remains. Who, or what, appeared in that window? At first, I thought it might have just been a reflection from another building. But when I dug deeper and tracked down the exact spot where the footage was taken, the truth was chilling. There was no other building across from it, ruling out the possibility of a reflection. Two sisters were recording themselves singing a Disney song in their room when something strange interrupted their fun.
It's Bella here, and this is my baby sister Gabby. I'm going to be singing Defying Gravity. Alright, here we go. Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's games. Too late for second guessings. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leave.
While one kept singing, the younger one froze, staring at the dark doorway behind them. The door seemed to creak open on its own. Moments later, a water bottle slid off their desk.
Gravity, I think I'll... Dad!
The video ended with the sisters screaming and running to their father. A group of friends went to see a film in a nearly empty theater. Afterward, when the theater was completely empty, they posed for a picture. But looking back at it later, they noticed something they hadn't seen before: a fourth figure. It appeared to be a woman dressed in black, wearing a hat, her style resembling the Victorian era. None of them recalled seeing her in the cinema at the time. Was it a ghostly presence? At a quiet home on Whidbey Island, a family snapped a simple picture of their aunt and young cousin. No one else was around that day. But when the photo was developed, a strange woman appeared in the background. Someone none of them recognized. The family was unsettled, especially knowing the land carried a heavy past. Long ago, this very ground had been used as a burial site for native tribes. What made it worse was that some of them thought they'd heard faint sounds that day, whispers or footsteps, when no one was supposed to be there. And now the figure is just so detailed that it can't be shrugged off as a trick of the eye. It's not just something, it's someone. This eerie photograph was captured at a little girl's birthday party. Behind the girl appeared the faint figure of a tall woman. The lower body was clearer, while the neck and head seemed blurred, as if unfinished. No one at the party noticed anything unusual, yet the photo showed a shadowy presence. The image turned a happy moment into an unsettling mystery. While attending an online class, something disturbing happened. At first, everything seemed normal, just another typical virtual session. But then, they noticed this. For a split second, a pale face appeared behind the person on camera. It looked like a young child, silently peeking into frame before vanishing just as quickly. Was it just someone quietly passing by, or was it something more disturbing? Unfortunately, the man in the footage never explained who or what it could have been. One night, a kid felt an odd sensation at his front door, as if someone was watching. He thought he heard faint sounds outside. When he peered through the peephole with his camera, he froze. There seemed to be a figure peeking from the corner. Even though it's hard to see, the kid believes it's something that shouldn't be there. Britt lives alone on a mountain horse ranch. Strange things began when her dog, Josie, started growling at the upstairs closet for no reason.
That has me really freaked out. Josie? Josie? Yeah, she's just been staring at that, and then she started barking, and she growled, and when she growled, I kind of like booked it, but I don't really know, I just don't really know what she's staring at, because again, like, this is usually how she looks when she's waiting for me to come in, and I'm just like, what? What is it? What is it?
Since then, she often stares at it, tense and alert. Outside, there's a small private graveyard in Britt's front yard. Josie now fixates on it.
Josie? Josie, what's going on?
The horses, too, often stop and stare in the same direction.
Well, that's not creepy. Seriously, what are you two looking at? What is it? What is it? I don't know.
Lately, even the neighbors' cows have started wandering over. They stand silently near the graves and don't move.
See, this is what I'm talking about. They literally just come and hang out here all the time now. It's a newer development. Like, why? They just kind of come and literally graze around this area. And they just kind of will freeze and not move. So, yeah.
Britt can't explain any of it, but all the animals seem to sense something she couldn't see. During an overnight sleep study, a patient was placed under video observation to monitor his condition. The location of the clinic remains unknown. Everything appeared routine until the recording revealed something unexpected. An unexplained figure seemed to enter the room from the right, moving across the space before slipping out to the left. Still photos taken from the footage captured the moment, yet no one has been able to explain what was seen. What exactly entered that room remains a mystery. The Reddit user described their cousin's house as always feeling off. They heard footsteps upstairs when no one was there, and other strange activities that never made sense. One day, their uncle snapped a photo of the house and noticed something terrifying. In the window, a face seemed to stare back, but behind him, there was nothing but a couch and a cluttered bookshelf. Nothing that could have made such a reflection. Maybe it was just a shadow, but paired with the house's unsettling history, this image only made things feel even creepier. A man woke up in the middle of the night after hearing strange sounds in his room. He starts recording with his phone to figure out what's going on. As he points the camera toward the mirror, something unsettling appears. A shadowy figure standing right next to him. When he pans the camera around the room, there's nothing there. The clip ends with no clear explanation. Was it a ghost, a demon, or just an elaborate hoax? But if it was faked, how? A boy ran into his mother's room, terrified, claiming someone was inside the house. The family heard footsteps, yet when they checked, the house was empty. Hoping to uncover what had frightened her son, the mother reviewed the kitchen security footage. This is what she saw. A strange voice whispering, "How did you find me?" The boy's fear had been real, and since that night, he has refused to go near the kitchen. Now, for even more chills, this next video is waiting for you.